against, of course, Yamada in that first round in winners. The loser of that will face Morimoto, and then Carryman Yamada will face off against each other to see who makes it on into the losers bracket. So, we've progressed with more than half of the tournament at this point, but we still got a lot of games, and grand finals I think potentially could be 2 sets, depending on if the player coming from losers bracket is able to reset the bracket. So we still have a lot of action. I'm really excited. Yeah, definitely some potential for an upset here as we get closer to this grand finals. Here we go. I think we're ready to throw it down to this next match. Very, very skilled competitors. King really, I think, proving himself to be an early favorite in this tournament, though. 6-0 so far, and very technical gameplay. But I think Strawberry in that first set proves that she really knows what she's doing, and she really fought through the nail. I mean, she was on the verge of sweeping and then almost got reverse swept, but had her composure, played an excellent 5th game there in the first round against Yamada. Poké, meanwhile, coming off kind of a hot win, 3-0, really just kind of a sweep there in that first round. Yeah, let's see if that boost to his confidence affects his play here, or if he can keep his composure and really come into this match with a level head. Absolutely. So, ready to jump into it. It's definitely been a fun tournament so far, so I hope you guys at home have been enjoying it. Stay tuned because obviously we have a ton of games left. But of course, if you want to check out all the action here at the World Championships, tweet along, use that hashtag #PlayPokemon. Show your support for all the competitors. Let us know who you're rooting for. Here we go, heading into our first battle. We see that Skarmory versus Skarmory match, and these two birds are just dancing with each other. So no surprise here, yeah, kind of mirror match, but as you've mentioned before, Skarmory really one of the strongest Pokemon to lead with because it has such good matchups across the board. So not too surprising, I think, to see it. Looks like Poké will get the first Sky Attack off. Some good damage, but I think we kind of expect trainers to really just trade Sky Attacks off right now. Right, it'll be interesting to see how these players choose to shield, as that'll really make the difference in who comes out ahead from this lead matchup. Yeah, being able to get excellent attacks off is actually really critical as well. You notice Strawberry missed a bunch of those earlier, so the flying type definitely a little bit hard to hit excellent because it moves so rapidly. Poké getting his second charge move off so far. No shields committed yet. I think trainers opting not to shield here because they know that the damage output isn't that great to begin with. It's going to be a flash cannon coming around this time around from the Skarmory on Strawberry's end. No shield, and oh, it does a lot of damage. Definitely surprising Poké right there. Strawberry17 maybe opting for the flash cannon because 1, it does deal more damage, and 2, probably an easier type of move to hit excellent damage on. Yep, so getting the knockout there, but both players still have all their shields. It's actually going to be Lantern coming out, which of course resists the flying and steel type attacks from the Skarmory. So we're actually going to see a switch out into the Venusaur. Venusaur, an excellent Pokemon to have, especially now that Skarmory's out of the way. Skarmory is pretty much one of the best Pokemon in Pokemon Go you can have against Venusaur. Yeah, and this Venusaur, again, carrying one of those all-important Community Day exclusive moves in Frenzy Plant. A very, very powerful move. Definitely smart of Strawberry to switch out into this Medicham here. Yeah, absolutely cannot afford taking a Frenzy Plant, which would most likely just knock out that Lantern. There's going to be another big Frenzy Plant coming out. Great shields for Strawberry, but now she is playing up against an opponent who has 2 shields. Going to go for the power-up punch here, but I think Venusaur now actually in a prime position because you've baited out the shields and you've gotten rid of the Skarmory. So in a phenomenal place right now. Power-up punch really not going to do very much, and big potential charge move here from the Venusaur. Looks like it is going to go for one of the 2. Let's see which one it opts for. Gonna opt for the Frenzy Plant, and oh my goodness, look at that damage. Medicham, though, able to hang on with just a sliver of HP, gets this Ice Punch off. Let's see if it can actually deal a significant amount of damage. Again, it did use that Power-Up Punch, but Venusaur did have 1 shield ready for it. Yeah, you can see how much pressure this Venusaur put on, basically forcing out shields on both the Medicham and the Lantern with that Frenzy Plant. So Lantern really probably one of the worst Pokemon you can have against the Venusaur. Poké is just going to go for the shield there. Doesn't want to take any damage, might as well. He's still got 3 Pokemon, and he can get a super effective Frenzy Plant off here. So really, really impressive play here. I think he was very content to get that knockout early onto Skarmory immediately because it really paved the way for Venusaur to sweep. See a nice 3-0 by Poké there. Yeah, definitely rare to see. He actually even switched out that Skarmory, but I think basically his priority was, okay, Venusaur is actually really strong, especially with Frenzy Plant, which is one of the more powerful charge moves. Let me knock out your main threat to my Venusaur, which is that Skarmory, get it out the way, and now Venusaur can just keep clicking Frenzy Plant. Eventually, you'll run out of charge moves, basically, or you'll run out of shields to block the charge moves.
Right, and that Frenzy Plant does charge up very quickly
Yep.
and puts out a significant amount of damage. So great move to have on your side, especially with no shields left on your opponent's side of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how Strawberry adjusts. I think she might want to consider having the Skarmory in the back as a potential switch in into the Venusaur because it can switch so well into Frenzy Plant and Poison type attacks instead of just leading with it. And oh, okay, the Lantern versus Lantern match. So both first one was Skarmory, this time Lantern. We'll see which Lantern comes out on top this time around.
The difference here, Poké using Water Gun on his Lantern. Strawburry17 opting for Charge Beam.
There's going to be a big attack coming out right now. Here is Lantern. Oh, going to get a Thunderbolt off against the opposing Lantern. But Lantern on Strawberry's end going to retaliate with an attack of its own, also going for the Thunder. Here we go.
Excellent damage on Thunder. With no shield, is going to deal a little bit more damage than Thunderbolt, but does cost Strawberry17 a little bit more energy. Now here she is able to get another Thunder. So if Poké does not shield this attack, his Lantern will most likely faint.
Does get the shield off though, like you mentioned, so coming close really so far. The trade-off between Thunderbolt and Thunder is really interesting because obviously these are the same Pokemon, but they built quite differently. And oh, an actual switch out there, switch out on both ends. So Skarmory now, nice Pokemon to have in against the Deoxys. Will be able to take these counters relatively well, but has to worry obviously about the charge moves from Deoxys. Let's see, Deoxys, of course, can use the Psycho Boost to potentially bait out a shield, but oh, no shield coming out from Strawberry, so good recognition there to not waste the shield immediately.
Great call, especially in the face of a potential Thunderbolt, which would have dealt a ton of damage to Skarmory. So risky move, but it definitely paid off.
Great damage there from the Sky Attack into the Deoxys. This is still definitely anybody's game. Strawberry still has both of her shields left as well, and this time she will go for it, so potentially trying to block something that's not a Psycho Boost. Oh, but it is actually once again the Psycho Boost coming out from Poké. So this time around, able to bait out a shield successfully. Nicely done. And he has enough energy for yet another charge attack and another shield. Is it a Psycho Boost? Oh, it is.
Wow. Great play by Poké, saving up that energy to use those back-to-back Psycho Boosts, get both of Strawberry's shields in the span of 10 seconds.
Yeah, and of course we've seen that Deoxys carry Thunderbolt before as well. So, you know, it's really tough to not click shield when Deoxys has multiple attacks, and Poké was able to bait out all of those really, really nicely. So Lancer in a position now to potentially just get the knockout onto this opposing Skarmory. Poké definitely setting himself up for success right now, especially after getting those early shields out of the way.
And here we go back to that Lantern versus Lantern lead matchup. Strawberry17 committing to that Thunder. Poké has one shield left. Does he decide to commit it?
All right, let's see. There's the Thunder. Like you said, not going to commit it, and will get the knockout. It is down to his last Pokemon, but there's the Venusaur, and once again, with Skarmory out of the way, it is going to be difficult to knock out this Venusaur, especially with the shield left to begin with. So, let's see. Looks like able to get the knockout there onto Lantern. We're going to see the last Pokemon. We saw how big, and it is the Azumarill, and we all know Azumarill's matchup against Venusaur isn't that great. Of course, there is the Ice Beam, which does hit for super effective damage, but with one shield remaining on Poké's, and it feels like he should be able to take this one.
Right, interesting choice by Strawberry to bring in those two Pokemon, both weak to the Venusaur. So we'll see how she adjusts heading into the next matchup. She is going to go for the Ice Beam here. Poké commits that last shield, and of course he has Frenzy Plant ready to go. Things are not looking good for this Azumarill at all.
Yeah, not at all. This Frenzy Plant most likely would just be able to get the knockout, and look how powerful it is. Wow, such a strong attack, knocking it out, and Poké taking a 2-0 victory there, or 1-0 victory. He is now 2-0, going to go down to game point. Once again, I feel like the Venusaur is just the MVP of his team. I think it's really cool because in the match before we saw King with his Swampert, and now Venusaur, both of them running those exclusive attacks with Hydro Cannon and Frenzy Plant. They've been able to put in a lot of work so far for these trainers.
Absolutely, and heading into this next match, I would expect to see Strawberry17 make some adjustments, maybe not bring that Azumarill, maybe not bring the Lantern. Definitely save that Skarmory, knowing how much that Venusaur has really hurt her team.
Absolutely. I think you 100% have to commit to the Skarmory there. And so one thing that was interesting was that, you know, both trainers switched and there was the Deoxys against the Skarmory. And Poke AK was able to bait out the shields both times. He used like Psycho Boost every time against the Skarmory. He didn't even go for the Thunderbolts, but all of those were able to bait out the shield. And because, of course, Psycho Boost requires less energy, he was able to get more charge moves off, kind of putting on the pressure. So I think that was a really excellent demonstration, if not one of the best, of how you can really bait out shields and how that can dictate the pace of the game. I think for Strawberry, she's really going to want to just keep Skarmory out of until the back. Like, if Skarmory is fainting before Venusaur hits the field, it feels like it might almost just be game over at that point.
Right, and another advantage of Poke AK just using those Psycho Boosts over and over is that Strawberry17 still doesn't know if that Deoxys is carrying Rock Slide or Thunderbolt.
Right.
Which is really going to come into play here in this third match.
All right, here we go. Game 3. It's going to be Medicham this time around against Deoxys. Some familiar faces, some popular psychic types. Let's see. And oh wow, an actual immediate switch, and it's into the Skarmory. But as we were talking about earlier, if Skarmory goes down, Venusaur might really just be able to sweep. So let's see how much the Skarmory is able to do. Shield coming out this time around. Strawberry has to call correctly. Is she going to go for the shield? She didn't. She used a lot of it last time. No shield. Oh my goodness.
So much damage coming across. We're going to see this Skarmory go down very early, leaving the field wide open for Poke AK's Venusaur.
Oh, my goodness, not shielding the Sky Attack there, but I think Poke AK's kind of win condition at this point is let me just knock out the Skarmory, and then Venusaur kind of just wins the game, right? So Skarmory here going for a Sky Attack, able to connect with many of them. It's that great, gets the excellent, but is there a shield coming out? There is a great shield right now from Poke AK, so Strawberry, of course, having the shield advantage, but like you mentioned, Deoxys going for those Psycho Boosts consistently, maybe baiting Strawberry to not shield this time around and eat such a big Thunderbolt off.
Yeah, definitely setting up that play in the previous match.
Yeah.
Kind of confusing or maybe tricking Strawberry17 into letting that attack through.
Here we go. She still has both of her shields left, but this Deoxys just refuses to go down, is going to shield up this time around the Psycho Boost, but if Poke AK has the Venusaur in the back, which surely he must, he should be able to knock out both the Lantern and the Venusaur. It's actually going to be switching into the Altaria, so great attack coming out from the Lantern, not able to connect with all of it. Going to be the Thunder coming out, just some decent damage right now, but I think Poke AK is just setting himself up for it with the Venusaur in the back.
Definitely using that Altaria as a sort of shield, keeping that Deoxys alive just a little bit longer, and of course switching it out with some energy in reserve, so if it does come back in, it might be able to fire off a charge attack right away.
Here we go. All right, Altaria will get the knockout. It is 3v1. Poke can even conserve the Deoxys. There is an attack coming out right now. Going to use that last shield. Does not want to take a potential super effective Sky Attack. So nice shield usage there, but it's 3v1 right now, and it's quite tough for Medicham to really pull this off. I mean, Power Up Punch could be nice to increase its attack, but with no shields remaining, all these charge moves will be able to just really get a lot of damage off. I feel like the Deoxys baiting out Sky Attack does so much damage there.
Medicham is able to get that last Ice Punch off, which should be enough to KO the Altaria. Unfortunately, still some Pokemon left on Poke AK's side of the field.
Yeah, I feel like Poke AK must have felt really good as soon as the Skarmory ate that Thunderbolt, because that's the main threat you want to check. And Poke AK will advance on into the winners finals in a 3-0 victory. Very impressive play, but Strawberry definitely gave an excellent show as well, and she once again demonstrated just how good she was in that first round. So lots of great action going on.